yourselves right up to here. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Now don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer.
And a good evening to you, friends and neighbors and beer lovers around the world. This is Mark McDermott, your one-take beer reviewer, also on beeronaut.com, and welcome to the 50th edition of the One Take Beer Review. And I don't mind saying this has been a pretty craptacular past couple of days. Our older car, the motor just died, and the only option was to replace it because there was no way to finance getting another car for the same price, which would just have its own set of problems. And children have been getting sick and all that, so after all of that has been put to bed, well, I got the car back from the shop, and it died in the middle of a busy street. Luckily, I was able to restart it again, but the check engine light stayed on, so we're taking it back tomorrow. So, by gosh, I sure could use a beer. I don't really have anything super special for my 50th one-take beer review. Just one that's been sent to me by Lagunitas Brewing Company for my comment. And that can be just enough for me. This is the Lagunitas limited release called Super Cluster, as they want to say, a Citra hopped mega ale of intergalactic proportions. Okay, well, we'll go with that for now. But this only mentions Citra hops in it. It's an 8% beer, so not quite in the Imperial IPA category, but you know, I'd rather go with something a little bit strong than something any more than 8%. I'd probably risk putting it in the cellar and forgetting about it, and those just kind of not go too well after a couple years. Yes, I've got some 120-minute IPAs, I think, still 90-minute IPAs still getting bad on me. But anyway, let's talk about this one. And do a nice TV beer pour. I figured a tall glass for this so we can get a nice bit of color. And let's see, we've got a pretty light, lager type color here, a nice foamy head, just a little bit off yellow perhaps. And oh, that is bringing a lot of Citra as well smell my way. It is not a very piney or resiny smell, just some tropical fruit, maybe pineapple and mango here to it. It's a very good smell, what can I say? But let's top it a little more, because I don't want to get foam up my nose while I'm trying to drink this. Well, I think it's everything it's promised to be, a Citra hopped, Citra bomb, as you will, of a beer. There's not as much malt to back it up, and there's mouthfeel with more of the hop bitterness, even though this is only 60 international bitterness units. It's probably 12 ounces is just the right proportion of this stuff to have, because it does come on very strong as I go down. Malts are not very apparent. I think the alcohol is the only thing trying to counteract the bitterness to it. But once again, it's one of those West Coast IPA very strongly bittered treats that you like to have once in a while. This is a limited release available for just through the summer months from Lagunitas Brewing Company of Petaluma, California and Chicago, Illinois, although I think all my samples are coming to me from the Petaluma office. Oh well. Very not so much citrusy as the tropical fruit that I mentioned. kind of the stone tropical fruit and mango and so forth, but it's very well worth catching. I almost think this kind of stuff is too strong for a really hot summer's day like we're having lately, but if you just sit back in the middle of the night, or towards midnight anyway, and have one all by itself, then I think you're going to have a good time. And this is Mark McDermott, your one-take beer reviewer, and Beeronaut.com, wishing you a good beer day, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and cheers.
Now don't be afraid of it.